I'm Mia. I'm 14 years old and I love singing and dancing. I can see a rainbow, magical rainbow in the sky.
What do you like about that song?
I was around when I had eyesight. We didn't know about the tumour at the start, and when we found it, it was the size of an orange.
A tumor is just a lump. Usually people refer to benign brain tumors when they tend to grow slowly and they don't spread around in the rest of the body. However, I think this term can be misleading because people might think that benign means harmless. But benign brain tumors are anything but benign. If they come in the wrong location, they can be even more detrimental than malignant brain tumors. This is because usually they happen to be in the middle of the brain, which is very difficult to access from a surgical point of view.
Benign is a funny word because, you look up benign, it means harmless, and then you look at all the effects it's had on Mia and many other children in Mia's situations, and it's caused so much harm and so much damage that can't be. You always bandage up your toys, so this one did have a bandage on her head, didn't she?
Now it's on her foot.
Now it's on her foot.
I do it a lot.
You do? You're always asking for bandages when you're in hospital, don't you? It's a tumour that's real deep in the centre of the brain where the sort of optic pathway sort of cross, and it's dead in the centre because it's where the hypothalamus is. It's like the control centre of the brain.
So the hypothalamus is actually one of the most amazing structures of the human brain. Tiny size, hidden in the middle of the brain, but displaying essential functions for the human survival. So despite being tiny, is a very, very important part of the human brain.
It's impacted pretty much on every aspect of her life. So obviously she's completely blind now, so no light perception, no nothing. But she's also got a number of other issues. So she doesn't really sleep properly, which again they're saying is, the sleep regulation is controlled by that part of the brain. Her temperature regulation's gone completely out of the window now. She used to love drinking, apple juice, orange juice, water, whatever, but now she just does not drink. So because she doesn't drink, she's recently, last week, she had a gastrostomy put in, which is basically a tube that goes directly to her tummy. Her quality of life is really hard at the moment, so.
Now oncologists treat more than 80% of so-called benign brain tumors, and we're only now recognizing that these children have so many unmet and complex needs, and some of them were unpredictable and they go really beyond the cure of the actual tumor. If I was a child, probably I wouldn't really consider myself cured if I need to go to the hospital for the rest of my life.
When she was diagnosed, she had obviously the shunt put in her head to relieve the pressure, and then she had 18 months of chemo. And we had 4 sort of fairly stable-ish years really, but throughout those 4 years, although it was stable, they were saying it was stable, actually the whole time it was growing slowly. So really she has been on and off chemo now since the beginning. And she's had, like last year, she had 10 brain surgeries to try to get things under control. But it's just been quite relentless, really. It's not about curing anymore, it's just about managing everything and making sure she's getting everything she needs, all the medication she needs and everything to help her live, as close to a life that we'd have envisioned for her.
So the key aim of my research is to improve diagnostic accuracy of this condition, so to make a diagnosis early. So the images that I'm taking try to look better at the size, shape, volume, structure, perfusion and function of the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. We hope that better imaging tools will help the surgeon to see where is the damage so they can develop better surgical strategies to preserve the hypothalamus. The hormones that I'm testing are related to thirst, hunger and behavior. So I hope that a better understanding of the condition will inspire future research on developing better medical treatments for these kids. We are funded by two charities, Success and Children with Cancer UK.
You know, if we can get earlier diagnosis and more understanding of these things, then you know, it could have a huge impact and mean that another child doesn't have to go through it as much.
Have you ever met Manuela before, Mia? So she's trying to help reduce the side effects for children and young people like you.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Special.